Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I have a comparison of a fragrance that's supposed to be a dupe for Delina La Rosée, and this fragrance is Zimaya's Hawwa, the pink version. So I have been testing these two fragrances side by side, and I have some thoughts. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts and how these two compare, then please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. I'm so grateful you're back, so thank you so much for choosing to spend this part of your day over here with me. And to those of you who have just discovered this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle in my monthly vlogs. So if any of those things pique your interest, then I think you will love it here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. One of the fragrances that is currently on my wish list is Parfum de Marly's Delina La Rosée. I have tested this fragrance many a time before, and it is perfect for the warmer climate that I live in. It's the perfect spring and summer fragrance for those of you who enjoy a super feminine, super fresh, slightly sweet scent with a rose nuance. It's perfection. Even though the original Delina kind of gives me a headache, I think it might be the combination of the rose and the other notes. I love just the fresh and light quality of that fragrance. So when I heard there was an Arabian dupe for this fragrance, I got super duper excited. I first heard of this fragrance from Paulina Shar's channel. She does a lot of Arabian fragrance content. And when I saw her talk about this fragrance, I was super excited. But at the time, it was not available. It recently came back in stock and I was able to get my hands on it. And here it is right here. I absolutely love this bottle. It is so adorable. The most adorable bottle that I've ever seen. Y'all, the packaging on this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the shimmer on the top and the beautiful floral print. This is so me. I'm here for this. I am so here for this gorgeous packaging. So let's talk about Delina La Rosée's notes. The fragrance story for Delina La Rosée reads, a poetic bouquet built of Turkish rose and transparent flowers, with an opening of pear and a subtle base of soft wood and white musk. So Delina de la Rosée is described as a woody floral with a transparent nature. The top notes are lychee, pear, and bergamot. The middle notes are Turkish rose, peony, and transparent flowers. And the base consists of soft wood, vetiver, and musk. Zimaya's Hawwa Pink has top notes of lychee, pear, rose, and bergamot, middle notes of Turkish rose and peony, and base notes of white musk, woods, and Haitian vetiver. As I mentioned, I've already been testing these two fragrances. However, I've also sprayed them on two little strips of paper. In my right hand, I have Zimaya's Hawwa Pink, and in my left hand, I have Parfum de Marly's Delina La Rosée. On paper, these smell almost identical. However, there are notable differences, and those differences can be detected on skin and on clothes. In the initial blast of these two fragrances, they open up pretty much identical. However, Hawwa Pink begins to dry down extremely quickly. I noticed that it transitions from that opening within like the first 5 minutes. So you move from that lychee, pear, and bergamot pretty much within the first few minutes of spraying out this fragrance. Whereas for the OG, it kind of lingers in that top, and you really get that brightness and that juiciness from those fruits. The fruitiness and the brightness kind of lingers for a little bit. And even when it starts to get into the mid of this fragrance, you still have like this juiciness and this brightness that's still there. Hawwa definitely begins to transition into that floral heart very soon after that initial blast. So the blast lasts for a few minutes, and then you start getting into the rose and the peony. Hawwa Pink does not list transparent flowers at the mid, and to my nose, it comes across as more rose forward than peony. I can barely detect the peony because the rose is a lot stronger in Hawwa. Whereas with Delina La Rosée, you do get that peony, you get that rose, but there's also a little bit more sweetness in Delina, and there's more of a transparent quality. So it's more water-like, more fresh, a lot lighter, a lot less rosy. And so you get kind of more of a blend, a nice blend from the top to the mid. So the way this fragrance transitions is a little bit more gradually than Hawwa Pink. Hawwa Pink comes across as a little bit more earthy as well due to the transition. So it really starts to take you through the fragrance notes a lot more quickly, because I do start to pick up on that earthiness from the vetiver a lot more quickly than here in Delina de la Rosée. On skin, Hawwa Pink gave me a lot more of an earthy quality, an earthy vibe due to the vetiver and due to how quickly it went from the top to the mid to the base. So I started picking up on that earthiness maybe within the first 15 minutes or so on my skin. Whereas Delina took a lot longer to get to the base notes. So you can really tell the difference between these two at the mid of the fragrance and kind of how they transition from the top to the mid. So Hawwa Pink transitions from those top notes to the mid notes a lot more quickly than Delina La Rosée, like within the first 5 minutes or so. Also, Hawwa Pink is a little bit more rose forward at the mid and a little less transparent. There's no water-like quality here, although this is a very fresh smelling scent. Delina has this water-like quality. It's almost as if they had some sort of water lily in this fragrance as well. Some muguet. That's what this feels like. It feels more transparent and more watery. And also, Delina La Rosée is a little bit sweeter, and I think it's due to the pear note that lingers for a little bit longer than it does from the top to the mid of Hawwa Pink. So overall, I think you can really tell the difference between these two when you consider how quickly they transition from top to mid. And then when you get to the mid, you can detect the differences in the notes because Hawwa Pink has a little bit less of a transparent nature. It does smell fresh. It smells fresh, it smells crisp, but there's something a bit more water-like in Delina La Rosée, to my nose anyway. So the OG comes across as a little bit sweeter, a little bit more transparent, a little bit more water-like, and Hawwa Pink comes across a tad bit more earthy. Now, on the deep dry down of both fragrances, they smell pretty much the same. Both dry down to a very light musk with a rosy undertone. So they smell identical in the very opening and identical at the very deep dry down of the wear. The two fragrances lasted on my skin about 4 to 5 hours where I could still pick up the scent and the fragrance was still wafting up to my nose. On close, you're gonna get maybe about 5-6 hours for both fragrances. But Zimaya's Hawwa Pink is definitely a better performer. It's definitely more powerful on the skin and it's also more powerful on the clothes. And they both kind of exceeded my expectations when it came to performance. I didn't think I was going to get a long wear out of either of these fragrances because of the light and transparent nature of this scent profile. However, I totally did, and I have a little bit more of the OG here to savor. And so for me, I think Zimaya's Hawwa Pink held its own and is a very good dupe for Delina La Rosée. As usual, I like to give you a percentage of how similar the dupe is to the original. And in my opinion, Zimaya's Hawwa Pink is about 85% similar to Parfum de Marly's Delina La Rosée. In my opinion, I think this is a very good dupe. The scent is beautiful, the quality is there. This projects even better than the OG. This will give you like an arm's length projection. These definitely are not beast mode scents. Sillage wise, they perform about the same. The scents don't linger in the air, but if you walk by someone, they will definitely be able to catch your scent. So in that regard, I think this is a great dupe. If you want to get close to the original, this is the way to go. If you want to test out the DNA, the scent profile, and see if it works for you, this is a good option. If the OG is on your wish list, but you're not able to get it right now, this is a great option. This will give you the vibes and the essence and the feel of the OG while not being exactly identical. For me, however, this is one of those times where trying out the dupe makes me want to purchase the original even more. That's happened in the past before where I smelled the dupe and I went and purchased the OG, but then there have been other times where the Arabian dupe is just perfect for me and I haven't felt the need to purchase the original fragrance. This, however, is one of those times where I do want to to eventually purchase the original, because I think that the blend, the transition, the way the fragrance wears, and the more water-like and slightly more sweet qualities of the OG are superior to the dupe. However, I will be enjoying this dupe because it is gorgeous. And look at this bottle, y'all. This bottle is so girly that it's going to be such a pleasure to pick this up and spray this on every single time. This bottle is so me. These are the vibes right now at this point in my life. Super girly, super sophisticated, super classy, very soft. These are the vibes. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I truly do value your time and I appreciate it so much. So thank you for being here. If you enjoy fragrance content, I make quite a bit of it on this channel, and I would love to have you be a part of the family. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you never miss another video. Let me know in the comments, do you have this fragrance? And if so, do you agree or disagree with my thoughts? And if you do not have this fragrance, do you plan on picking this one up? I will put the links where you can get this fragrance down below in the description box, and let me know if you end up picking this one up. Before you go about the rest of your day today, I want to encourage you to not be afraid to be set apart. In one of my last videos, I talked about having convictions or a firm belief or an opinion about something and moving accordingly in your life. When you have those firm convictions and then begin to set standards for yourself based off of those convictions, sometimes you will be set apart. You will be pulled apart from the things that you knew, the people you knew, because now you're moving in a different way. Now you're moving with purpose, with integrity, with conviction. In doing so, we can sometimes feel like we're on an island, but I want to remind you that you have a purpose on your life. And so don't be afraid to be set apart, because that might mean you're being rerouted to take a path that's going to help you discover what that purpose is. As always, I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.